Good morning. It's Friday, November 24th, about 6 a.m. Central Time. Overnight, the precious metals are mixed. You've got gold up $5, 1997. Silver's up 8 cents, 23.77. Copper's up 1 at 381, and then platinum's down $10 at 920. So a couple things that I'm watching here. We do have a lot of economic data coming out next week. A lot of your staples, things like new home sales on Monday, consumer confidence Tuesday, GDP Wednesday, along with the Fed Beige Book. Thursday, you're going to have personal income, pending home sales, and then your ISM and construction spending. Friday will be December 1st. So we're really keeping an eye on the dollar index. The dollar had a small bounce along with Treasury yields, but they're both grinding lower. They're really deteriorating with the weakening the U.S. economic data patterns. And then also the markets are speculating that first interest rate cut somewhere either at the May meeting or at the June meeting. So we're going to want to watch that, watch the CME Fed watch tool. Now, if you look at a lot of things I do on like holidays and as you get closer to the end of the month, you do want to monitor month-to-date performance. Some of the key standouts here, your best performing, besides commodity being OJ. OJ was up 9%. You look at a chart of OJ, it's like this. It had one little pullback, then it made new contract highs. But the NASDAQ is your best performer, up 10.68% on the month. Your worst performing commodity is, besides natural gas, is the volatility index. Volatility index, I don't think it was the same product that it once was. It just doesn't seem to have that bang, that punch. And when things started to fall apart, it never really got going. I think you're better off just taking outright, looking at put options, things like that on the U.S. equities. But remember to monitor what your own personal risk levels are and also goals, your risk tolerance. Now, if you look at the gold market, what's interesting is that it's unchanged on the month. It's actually up about 10 basis points, so no real bang there. You got silver up 3.5%. I think that was tracking copper. But if you look at a chart on the gold market, so it is bullish trend, but it's really in this big consolidation range like this. And I really don't think you get a clear, decisive signal until you break out over 2020 on the upside. Now, it's trading just below that 2,000 mark. I think it's a bit of a tug of war on either side of that. Your key level support, and if you look at that November 10th low when we sold off, so we're coming back up to where we started the month here. We deteriorated down, we bounced off the 50-day moving average, and we moved back up. Your key level resistance, 2020, obviously. 1982 is your first level of support. That's the 200-day moving average. Below that, pocket support. Trend reversal point, 1952, down to 1944. You look at the silver market, silver's got a different pattern. It's come up, it's bullish trend, but it's consolidating sideways, and it is literally hugging either side of the 200-day moving average. It really needs a catalyst, and I think the catalyst has got to be something from China, something economically where the dollar index continues to fall apart, perhaps some kind of escalation. There is the ceasefire, there is the exchange of hostages today, but Israel's saying that the job is not done and they're probably going to go back in there. So we're going to want to monitor a lot of different things here. So you want to keep an eye on, obviously, the copper market, because copper, there's a couple mines that are in a labor dispute right now, and they represent 3% of the global production and 4% of the concentrate. So if they come off, you could see copper prices really escalate higher. Silver will follow. Gold will probably follow that as well. The outside markets, they're mixed. U.S. equities, they're kind of flirting on either side of positive territory. You got the S&P 4573, Dow's up 100 points right now. Crude oil, that's an interesting one, because the OPEC meeting, basically what was happening is that they never really got the meeting underway. Saudi Arabia, kind of being the leader of OPEC, went out and they were gauging what the other members were going to do, if they were going to have these cuts, if they were going to extend cuts and things like that. It seemed like there was some kind of disagreement between, and I'm merely speculating on this, between Saudi Arabia and Nigeria, and where they were producing and how much they were producing, and the fact that they couldn't come in with a unilateral agreement on extending cuts. They delayed the meeting, which means that I really think that they're going to force the hand to extend these cuts, and I think that that's where you could see that bottoming process in the oil market here for a temporary relief rally. So a little bit disappointing. Front month's not back at that 80 to 82 level, trading about $77 to $76 right there at the moment. So we want to keep an eye on some other things. The 10-year note 4.45%. It is bouncing, but it is bouncing in a downward trend right now. Cryptocurrencies, best looking one in my opinion is still that Ethereum. It's kind of got a similar chart pattern to the silver market. So if you guys need anything, reach out to me. I'll be available all day, hitting the Blackhawks game this afternoon, and then I'll be back in Florida on Saturday here tomorrow. So hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. If you need anything, again, 312-858-7303. Remember, futures and option trading involves risk of loss, may not be suitable to all investors. Good luck and good trading.